I'm really tired because I was up so early, so that's that whole situation. I really want to have more enthusiasm for this little like 2-month recap thing, but I'm like, between the traumatization from these bugs and just a little bit of tiredness, I don't know. Okay, so my plan for the 2-month recap was to do like what we learned, would we do anything different, and the highlights. So I'm gonna start with what we learned. Basically, number one, Google Maps just might as well not exist here. Like, it's good for driving, but that's pretty much the extent of it. Like when we were using the bus in particular, we just would talk to the locals about where we needed to go and they would tell us that way. Google Maps just isn't very reliable. Like, they haven't even got it set up for Street View, so that's one thing we learned. And on that note, we just think it's worth it to get a car. Like, I was really opposed to it at first because the driving here is very different. Like, there are no stoplights, no stop signs. Well, there are some, but it's just very much based on like a courtesy system, so it was a little bit nerve-wracking. So Sean got his driver's permit and the rental car, and he's been doing all of the driving, and it's been very worth it because we can just get around so much easier. We can be on our own schedule, we can go out after dark, and like, it makes life so much easier. And the cars here seem pretty fuel efficient, so that's important considering the gas seems to be pretty pricey. I mentioned this in previous videos, but make sure to bring cash because they do take credit cards at like a lot of the bigger kind of like, there's not really chain restaurants here, but like the resort kind of level restaurants, they'll take credit cards. The grocery stores will, but like little local food places and bars, they often don't take credit cards. Groceries are expensive. We had read a blog saying this, but I was like, oh, this person doesn't know what they're talking about. They don't know how to grocery shop properly. No, they are very expensive. Granted, we were shopping at the most expensive grocery stores, it turns out, but we did go to Cost You Less, and like, it's kind of like a Costco. Certainly some stuff was like a bargain there. I don't know if we'd go like all the time, but it was decent. Apparently PriceSmart is really cheap, and popular discounts as well, which are all over the island. The thing about PriceSmart is you do need a membership, I believe. So yeah, I think the takeaway from that is like, buy local and buy from the fruit and veggie stands on the side of the road. Would we do anything different? I would say no. Like, we certainly enjoyed our time thus far, and there was nothing like really jumping out that I would say we should have done differently. Again, the only thing is like maybe just getting a car sooner, because it has really opened up a lot of freedom and a lot more opportunities to explore and get around way more efficiently. I guess maybe the only other thing is just to shorten the time at the Airbnb and get into somewhere permanent a bit more quickly. And again, that's not like, it wasn't dire, it wasn't a terrible thing. Like, we really enjoyed the Airbnb. We were in a great location. Our host was amazing. It's just more so like, it's nice to get settled for me. Like, I just like to be where I'm gonna be, and the Airbnb just always felt temporary, I guess is my point there, but to each their own too. Like, maybe there are lots of people kind of like hopping around for the duration of their stay. I don't know. But yeah, other than that, I think we would do things the same. We're like really happy in the cottage and getting settled, and apart from these bugs and having to escort either a frog or a gecko or a grasshopper out of the cottage every night, all is well. I'm really liking the rural living. It's quiet and it's simple, and the pool's beautiful, and it's a nice spot. It's a very nice place to be, and I think we're going to be very happy here for the next 4 months. So finally, the last thing I was just going to touch on is the highlights. So we did our first scuba dive, which was amazing. I have a video up about that. We finally found some bars and restaurants. We were having troubles finding them initially, but we kind of figured out that like, we were in an area on the west coast that seemed to have like a lot of stuff shut down because things were so slow. But we've been to the Tiki Bar a lot. We went to Juju's once, Boatyard. A couple of the upscale places we went to was at the Carriage House and the Crane Resort, and then Tapas on the South Coast Boardwalk. So there's lots of stuff open near the South Boardwalk. The only thing is sometimes they're only open on weekends or like Thursday to Sunday. Another highlight, check out that video, was North Point and the Animal Flower Caves. Been enjoying Rockley Beach. We've gone down there a couple times now, and that's where the Tiki Bar is, and we just, like, you can rent an umbrella and just chill out in the sun all day, and it's a really fun place. It seems like there's a lot of people who go there as well, and a good place to meet people. And then last weekend we went to Bottom Bay. Again, you can check out that video as well, but it was really cool. It was very beautiful, and it seemed like a good place for a picnic, or like bring a book down and just kind of chill near the water and relax. You definitely can't swim there. Yeah, it's just a little scary. Other than that, we enjoyed the beach. We are getting settled. We are almost done the cockroach battle, I think. Like, I just found one on the deck after we've like, well, Sean swept them all away. that's pretty much the update. I'm also going to start trying to upload some throwbacks to some of my previous travels every Thursday. I found my old skydiving video, so I posted that the other day. Granted, only 5 people have watched it. I think it's kind of cool, so I'm surprised no other people have seen it. So if you haven't watched that one, definitely go check that out as well. And yeah, just make sure if you haven't yet, click the subscribe button, like this video, comment if you have any questions or whatever, and follow me on Instagram. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.